guys, and welcome to another video by Vegan and Frodo. So today's video is going to be different to what we usually have on the channel, but it's still going to be awesome. Just a little note, this video was recorded over a year ago, so I guess you can also have a look at what I looked like a year ago. And I think it's very beautiful and interesting, and I hope you enjoy it. It'll be a little bit about my history, a few Q&As, and just general life position. Hope you enjoy it.
Am I safe for walking out on us? Oh, or am I losing touch? Too many games, now all our trips are lost. Oh, luck was not enough.
Hi guys, and today we're in a beautiful, stunning location, Wellington Point in Brisbane. Look how beautiful it is, seriously. There's just like birds and nature and the ocean. It's perfect. I love cycling because it makes me feel free. It makes me feel very united with the nature. It makes me feel like it's you're part of the movie. You're creating it, you're there feeling every motion of the road, every scent of the flower, every little bit of wind. It's just there and you're part of it. You're not watching it behind a screen, and it makes you feel just very relaxed and very in place. Like it's just very freeing and very beautiful. I find that with cycling, I've had like all this time, and throughout my entire life, it has been I've been pushed into it, but every time I would reject it through my entire like last decade or whatever. And then once I moved to Australia, everything just kind of started to happen, and you know, I gave up alcohol, I turned vegan, and then I just took up cycling, I went on YouTube and all these things. It all just kind of came together, and I felt like I wanted to try it out and test it out and see how it felt. And it just resonated so much, and it made me feel so good and fulfilled and centered that I just never wanted to stop. I became a vegan first, and then through watching YouTube and some other YouTubers who talk about how amazing cycling is and how they get inspired and they feel amazing after cycling, I kind of wanted to be part of that and wanted to be more out in the nature. And you also get to like cool down when you're cycling because there's a wind, but if you're just walking, you'll be like a lot hotter. And yeah, it just started from there. Like I was using those rental bikes that we have in Brisbane that you like pay to ride around for a little bit, and then I realized that I wanted to go further and I wanted to just explore the area. So I bought my own bike and I just started riding it, and yeah, never stopped. I think it's really good to connect with nature while cycling. I think it's very beautiful because we all kind of came from nature, and we get like recharged and we connect with it. We get that kind of different feeling of fulfillment, of calmness, of almost like meditation and that spiritual bonding with the environment around us that you don't get it from being in the city. You don't get it being in these like, you know, concrete boxes sitting around, cluttered around with your stuff. Oh, I was always really into nature, and before, when I lived in New Zealand, I was really into hiking and doing trek runs and trails. And I would always go and find some mountain or some hill in the nearby, and I just go and I explore that, and I loved it. And when I moved here, I found that, like, because I live in Brisbane and it's like a big city, there are hills around, but you can ride to them. You don't just walk to them, or you can drive to them. So they were not quite as close. And once I got a bike, and I was actually able to go further, like go 50k out of the city, go 100k out of a city, and actually see all these amazing sights. So I was like, oh, so it is still around me. And like, I felt a lot more refueled as well, because when you're just sitting in the city, you know, Monday to Friday, you kind of like, you just get really closed up. And when you go out into the nature, you just get uplifted and inspired. And when you're breathing in this fresh oxygen and taking deep breaths, understanding that life is not all about the clutterness and the busyness and trying to do 1,000 things at once, but it's when you take a step back and relax and let it all just come and be natural and organic and just take it one day at a time, appreciate the beauty of nature, the birds, the ocean and the rivers and the whatever, the hills around you. And you just be there, be present in the moment. Smell it, feel it. It's incredible. I think nature is very incredible and inspiring and telling us exactly what we want, leading us into the right path, helping us to let go of that materialism, of all that drama and junk that we fill up our heads with through television, through advertising, through just living in society in general and wanting to fit in and be part of it. Once we realize that we don't really need to fit in with the society, we just need to fit in with the nature and be out there and exploring that and lifting ourselves up. Because sure, in cities there are some things that you can do that you can enjoy and have fun with, and music, and we have like a river running through Brisbane, and that's beautiful as well when you go there and you can meditate on the river and just watch that. But you can't quite get that same connection with the universe almost when you're not in the nature. I think being a vegan is absolutely 100% makes me a lot more aware, and it makes me really connect with the nature. And seriously, the first time when I went vegan, after like the first week, after the first month, you just feel different. Like your mind is just a lot more clearer. It's just that some kind of different vibration, and I don't know how I can explain it to someone who has never tried it. Like, just try it for like a little bit and see how different you actually feel. And after a while, and after looking into it over time, since I've been a vegan for 3 years now, I kind of realized that by eating those animal products, I was kind of absorbing the negative energy and all those negative frequencies, because we take animals' lives without them wanting to give them. So in a way, we kind of are consuming that, we're embedding that into our DNA, and in that we're not really conscious of it when we eat it, and it like kind of blurs it out. But once you give that up, go back to the nature, go back to the way it's supposed to be, where it came from, it just lifts you up, because you're no longer consuming the negativity. It's not that being a vegan is good karma, it's just not being a vegan is not really that good for the environment and for your health. And whenever you want to accomplish or achieve something, you can really just do it 10 times better by going a vegan, because then you can actually shine and be your true self, and your body doesn't have to work so hard to kind of dim down those negative vibrations, those emotions, to balance them out. You don't have to work as hard to be happy. I think with everything new, like, you never know if you haven't tried it or you haven't done it before. So sometimes it is worthwhile to give it a shot, especially when you see so many people getting insane, incredible, amazing results and changing their lives, making them feel more incredible and more aware, and helping them shine through whatever they're choosing to do. And honestly, like, really over time, we all choose certain, we all like certain foods, and once we figured out the foods that we like, we just eat the same thing like over and over again through the week, because it's easy to prepare it, we like the taste of it, we know how to, where to buy the things from, and it's just simple. And it's the same whether you're vegan or not. I have always been into sports and into different kinds of fitness. Through my lifetime and experience of what I have observed myself going through, I find that by going vegan, the endurance definitely improves, like also the recovery time, like the body just like bang, because you're giving it the right nutrition, you're giving it exactly what it needs to do, what it's designed to work on. Plant foods are a lot easier to digest, and they're very quick, and they're very easily, like, the body knows what to do with them, especially whole plant-based foods. When I have done a few half marathons while I was still a meat eater, and in fact I was really heavily into protein shakes and all that kind of stuff and bodybuilding, and after running that half marathon, it was just like literally all I could do is go to bed. Like, I had a shower and I went to bed, and I didn't want to do anything for days, just because I felt good, and I was very proud that I was able to complete it, but I just felt so like drained. Like, it was hard for me at the time. But then I did a full marathon, the full 42 Ks about like 14 months ago, and that was on a vegan diet. And what I focused on then is, after completing it and doing the whole thing, I came home and I just loaded up on the whole plant foods. and the recovery was just like bang, like it was nothing. like literally the way how fast it is, like the next day I could go and do the same thing again probably. And with time and with more training, it just prepares your body and makes it ready and allows it to grow and perform even better. I understand there are lots of different studies out there which tell you that you need this and you that. So first of all, you really do need to kind of be aware of who did that research and what they're trying to sell you, what they're trying to benefit. Like vegans out there, they're not trying to sell you more bananas or more potatoes. They're just telling you that they feel better by eating plants only. And it's just the reality of it. So when you find that you're missing something, being vegan really makes you be so aware of your body that you are kind of can pinpoint what is it that you're missing. Like I can just really tell if my body is missing some zinc or some iron or something, and then I'm able to address it. And after trialing, if you're trialing that vegan diet and eating nothing but plants for like a week, and you'll see the change. You'll see how you just feel different. And by listening to your body and understanding that it's not really what someone else is trying to sell you, but what is it your body telling you in the first place? How, like your body knows what it needs and what it wants, and no scientist in the world can fully tell you what your body and how it works. Because like, it's just such a mystery, like if you think about it. So if you listen to it and do exactly what it's asking you to do, instead of like trying to force it into something that's unnatural or being sold to you as the thing that you want, you're never really gonna, get to those levels that you can get to otherwise. When I was a little girl, I always wanted adventure. And I only was able to realize that again and was able to reconnect with that when I was cycling, when I go out and ride for 10 hours in a day. You have all that time to go completely deep inside of you and kind of go through what is it that you're made out of? What was it that made you who you were back in the day? What were those points that changed you and directed you on certain paths in your life? And when I was a little girl, I wanted adventure. Like I knew it from the start. I knew it from day one. I grew up in Russia, so I always like wanted to go in the forest and pick mushrooms and freaking go look at clouds and just experience the world. Explore it because it's there, it's ours. I'm actually in contact with a few people who are part of the race already, some people who are actual racers and people who are in the support crew in the team, like massage therapists and mechanics and the organizers of the actual race. And it is raced across Russia, starting from Moscow all the way to Vladivostok, and it's over 9,000 Ks, and it's like ridiculous elevation, but it sounds so incredibly fun for me. And you do it in like 23 days, and you smash it out. You push your body to such limits that you never thought were possible. But I believe that when you feel that it's right and you're giving your body exactly what you need to give it to, it will do what it needs to do, and it will, like, you smash through it and get it done.